Yeah, so I'm Hayden. I'm an insurance agent with US LawShield. I was actually born and raised in Vancouver, Washington, but out of Spokane, Washington now. I'm a US Army veteran and been a proud gun owner pretty much my whole adult life. And yeah, I'm just here today to kind of talk to you guys about what US LawShield can offer you. So US LawShield was started in 2009 in Houston, Texas by a group of attorneys that were just kind of tired of seeing people get jammed up in the legal system for defending themselves. And so what they did is they started this insurance company, which basically keeps a lawyer on retainer for its clients and then pays all your legal bills if you do go to trial. And really the first main benefit you get with US LawShield is you'll get your membership card here. And on the membership card is the emergency line number. Now you can call this number 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and it's going to automatically connect you with an attorney. So that if you're ever in that self-defense situation, and you know the dust is kind of settled, you've called 911 and all that, you want to call this number immediately. Get the attorney on the phone so that they can start advising you on what to do. And then when the police do arrive to the scene, you can just hand them your phone with the attorney on it, and then you don't have to worry about making a statement to the police until you've actually sat down with your attorneys and come up with a game plan. Also on the card is the non-emergency line business line. Now you can call the business line just during the week, during business hours, and it's going to connect you with an attorney as well. But it's just to ask any non-emergency legal questions you might have. You know, whether it's pertaining to self-defense, traveling with your weapon. I even had a buddy a couple months ago who got his gun stolen out of his truck. So he called the business line and the attorneys were able to help him do the paperwork, file the police report correctly. Because if you mess something on that police report, you can get in serious trouble, especially now in the state of Washington with the new storage laws. So the business line's great. It's kind of where you'll get a lot of bang for your buck if you're never in a self-defense situation. Just being able to call up an attorney and ask legal questions for free can save you time and money right there. And then we also have our attorney speaking events. Usually a couple times a month throughout the state, we'll have our attorneys come out and give a presentation on just different self-defense laws, anything that's coming down the pike. Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Lori.
Yeah, and it's just a good opportunity for you guys to meet them, ask them whatever questions you have, and actually get some face-to-face time with the people who would be representing you. You can always go on the US LawShield app and go to the events page to get registered for those events. And US LawShield members always get in for free as well. How many?
What kind?
So it's where the attorneys come out and they just give kind of a presentation on whatever new self-defense laws are coming out, different stuff with that. And then it's your guys' opportunity to kind of meet them, ask them whatever questions you have, get some face-to-face time with the people who would be representing you. And yeah, you can always go on the app. And I'm going to have this with me today. I'll be at my booth with it too. But these are just a couple QR codes to help you download the app. And the app is kind of the main way we sign up for US LawShield these days. But once you get it downloaded, you're going to get access to the 50-state travel guide for free. And then after that, if you do want to sign up, you're just going to hit the Become a Member button. And then it's going to have a small application for you to fill out, which is some of your basic information. Once you get that done, it's going to get into the kind of plans that we offer. So the basic plan starting out is only $10.95 a month. We also have the yearly annual plan for $131. Now we do have some add-ons available to kind of specialize your plan. And in the state of Washington, we have 3. The first one being the multi-state add-on. And this is going to get you covered in all 50 states. If you do a lot of traveling for work, you're out of state all the time, this is the one we highly recommend getting. We also have the minor protection add-on. So we're not like regular insurance. There's no family plans per se. You can sign up you and another person and there is a little bit of a discount. And with the minor protection add-on, it's going to cover any and all children in your household 17 and younger. And they're going to get the same benefits and coverage you would get. We recently had a client whose kid was at high school, got in a fist fight with another kid, came home, and the parents of the other kid decided to sue them in civil court. And we actually took that case on and defended it, which brings up 2 really important points just about US LawShield in general. The first point being we'll defend you in criminal court cases as well as civil court cases. And 2, it's any kind of self-defense, right? This isn't just firearm or concealed weapon insurance. This is self-defense insurance. So whatever you use, whether it's your fists, baseball bat, pepper spray, or even your car, whatever you use to defend yourself is what we're going to defend you on. Kind of crazy too, just a couple weeks ago actually, we made company history with our youngest client defendant ever. It's actually a 16-month-year-old. But I guess the 16-month-year-old was at daycare, got in a toddler tussle with another 16-month-year-old. Somebody fell down and scraped a knee, I guess. But the family of the other child are now suing them in civil court. And we're taking that case on and defending it. Which just goes to show you, there are some crazy people out there that'll sue you over anything for stuff like that. And that's why that civil court protection is so key for U.S. LawShield. And then the last add-on we have is the Hunter Shield. Now the Hunter Shield's for any hunters, fishermen out there, or even hikers. Anytime you're out in the field and you have a run-in with the Fish and Game officer, it's basically going to be the same process. You want to call that number, get the attorney on the phone so that they can start advising you on what to do. And then we're going to help you out with any tickets, fines, and then defending you in court as well. And that goes for any trespassing type stuff while you're out hiking too. Now the Hunter Shield and the Multi-State are both $2.95 extra a month. And the minor protection is only $2 extra a month, and that covers all your children. Kind of cool too, you can just go into the app and go to the add-ons page, and you can actually swipe to turn any of the add-ons on anytime and actually get it prorated back if you don't use it in a month. So if you don't travel that much for work, but you take that 2-week vacation out of state, you can turn the Multi-State on just for those 2 weeks and pay like $1.50. So it's a really cool system, makes it really simple and easy, and can save you a lot of money right there as well. And then just a few more things that I might not have covered. You know, like I said, we're not like regular insurance. There's no deductibles or fees. There's also no hard caps, right? So whatever your trial ends up costing, whether it's $50,000 or $1 million, that's what we're gonna pay out. And the only thing you're ever gonna have to worry about paying for is your membership dues, and that's it. And then one of our famous members, actually Jack Wilson here, if you can see him, kind of a famous case in general, but Jack Wilson was an usher security guy at his church in West Texas. It's a few years back now. But during one of their church services, a gunman came into the church to commit a mass shooting, ended up killing 2 people, severely injuring 2 more. But Jack Wilson was there. He was able to pull his pistol and shot and killed the gunman. Now, he was considered a hero in his community, and all of this was caught on video as well.
Is that the one they killed on the news?
Yeah, it was a big story nationwide, and this was the most cut and dry case you could have of somebody defending other people's life as well and being a hero. But it actually took the state about 13 months to do an investigation into him. Now, during that time, Jack Wilson didn't know if he was going to be charged or not. But since he was a U.S. LawShield member, he had our attorneys representing him, working for him, suing the state for discovery, and then also starting to build his self-defense case for him on the chance that they did drop charges on him. And after about 13 months, after the governor got involved as well, they decided not to indict Jack Wilson. But during that time, he racked up about $70,000 in attorney bills. And he paid 0 of it because he was a U.S. LawShield member. And that's what we're really offering here. It's kind of that peace of mind from the time you call that number after the incident happens, all the way through any government bureaucracy, investigation, and then all the way through a trial as well. You're not going to have to worry about paying for a lawyer at all. And not only that, it's going to be a lawyer that specializes in self-defense as well. And I'm going to be hanging out the rest of the class here. I'll be at my booth back there as well. If anybody's interested, please come talk to me. We can get you signed up today, and with the promo today is going to be for 2 free months if you sign up for the yearly annual plan. So it'll be the same cost, $131, but you're going to get it for 14 months instead of 12. And then any questions?
So Washington State has red flag laws?
Yeah, so any red flag laws, we'd definitely help you with that. Just a couple weeks ago, actually, we had a client of ours who was driving, I think was in Portland or just outside of Portland, Oregon. They were driving, they had an Oregonian sticker on the back of their truck, and apparently they might have cut somebody off. The person they cut off ended up calling the police and saying he waved a gun at them. Gave him the license plate number, and about 2 hours later, the cops showed up at their house with his wife home and said, "Hey, we just got a call with assault for the deadly weapon for your husband." Now he says he didn't do it, but he had our lawyers there. They were able to get in contact with them. They got out and they were able to get the case tossed out. But for anything like that, any kind of brandishing charges or false accusations that could lead to red flag laws, we're going to help you all the way through any of those as well. And then any other questions?
So you do criminal and civil,
Yes, sir.
but you also cover administrative. So if I'm at work, I work in law enforcement. Everything's right. Nobody's going to charge me for something, but my company or my work wants to try to punish me for something that was like a legal technique or something. You guys only come in and talk to
Yeah, so we cover security guards all the time. Even police officers, when they have their union attorneys, even if they're off duty and something happens, we're going to cover them for that. And then if their union doesn't cover them too, we'll step in and cover for them. So we sell the security guards for civil liability as well as criminal liability for security guards and cops or any kind of job like that. You might think you have liability insurance through your company, and if they can't fall through on it, we're going to be there for you as well. So.
Now, for people in other states, you also, because this isn't just Washington, you offer it in other states as well. If I lived in Idaho or Montana or something, you would come to this city. Yeah, other add-ons that you do, like L or something.
Yeah, so it's a little different state to state what add-ons we are allowed to sell. Washington, we only have the 3 I talked about. In Idaho, there are a few more. There is bail bond protection up to $50,000 that we would use to bail you out of jail. We're not allowed to sell that in Washington because of our governor here. We're always lobbying the state to try to get those add-ons added for Washington. It's just a continuing process with them. It took a big fight just for us to be allowed to sell insurance in Washington right away. But yeah, most southern states, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, they offer bail bond protection, and a few others like gun identity theft protection and stuff like that. So,
Are there any states that are allowed to offer this thing?
So right now we're not allowed to sell in Connecticut and New York. Now, if you're traveling through there as a member with your multi-state turned on, you're going to be covered. We're just not allowed to sell there to residents. Same kind of thing though. We're going to be working with the states. We're always lobbying to get us back in there to sell insurance.
And you're the only company available in Washington.
In Washington State, yes, we are pretty much the only game in town. They kicked us all out a few years ago, called us all murder insurance. There's a few things we did. One of the things was becoming an actual insurance company. So we fall under the Washington Insurance Commissioner. And there's certain laws we have to follow, like any other insurance company. Keeping enough cash on hand to be able to pay out our claims and all that. But basically, that's what allowed us to come back into Washington, is to be an insurance company. And the other companies just weren't willing to do that, or they're in the process of working to do that as well. And there are some good benefits to it as well for you guys, one of them being the no cap policy. Because we are an insurance company, we're not even allowed to have a cap on how much. If your attorney bills come out to whatever they come out, that's what we're going to pay, because it's just a claim that we have to file and give out to you guys. So. Yeah.
With the insurance industry, my son's in it, and it seems like anytime there's a claim against your or through your insurance, they drop it.
So we don't drop at all. If you have a claim, if it's self-defense, we're going to pay it out no matter what. We don't, if it hasn't happened where someone's had so many claims that we've even thought about it, but we don't have a policy of doing that whatsoever. I mean, this is more of a niche type thing than, say, your auto insurance, where, there's a lot more opportunity for you to get more tickets, more accidents, where they're just going to say no. With this, we're not really worried about that type of stuff. So,
It's most likely you're not going to just go out and
yeah, I mean, it is a rare occurrence, much rarer than a car accident, but that's why we're still there, and that's why we try to keep our prices as cheap as possible, just to have that peace of mind if it ever did happen. All right, guys, if that's no more questions, like I said, I'll be at the booth the rest of the day. If you guys need to get signed up, we have Wi-Fi there as well. I can walk you through it. It's really simple on the app. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And we can get that promo code in for you as well. So thanks for your time. Thanks for having me. And yeah, thanks guys.
Well, that's all I have for this video. Bang around that bell icon if you want to be notified when new videos come out. Call us on the hotline if you have comments or questions and want to be featured in an upcoming video. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Check us out on the website, and we'll see you guys on the next one.